going on, guys? It's your boy Austin Shope here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about matchups that need to be made after UFC Fight Night, Covington versus Buckley. Now, if you guys didn't see this fight night, there were a lot of good fights. Not that many fights went the distance on this card, okay? There were a lot of finishes and a lot of surprise wins. I didn't really think some of these guys would, come out with the win, but they did. So, we're going to get into this. And let me know if you guys like these matchups. Okay, so the first fight on the list, I got Manel Kape versus Alex Perez. So if you guys didn't listen to his post-fight speech or whatever, he was calling out Pantoja. He wanted the title shot. He said he was ready. But listen, this guy's not. There's no way Manel Kape's gonna get a title shot after his last performance. It was a really boring fight, considering all the shit talking that was leading up to the fight. I think if he fought Alex Perez, right, that'll get him in the top 5. And then if he fought maybe one or two more fights after that, then he'll get his title shot. But this fight will get him into the top 5, and at least it's a lot closer than, a title shot. You know what I'm saying? It'll get him into the top 5, and then we'll start talking about title shots. You know what I'm saying? It's do this fight, see if you can get into the top 5, see if you're good enough to be in the top 5, and then we'll start talking about future title shots. But, like I said, I think this will be a perfect fight for him to, get into the top 5. So, yeah. For the next fight on the list, I got Daniel Marcos versus Mario Bautista. So, Daniel Marcos put on a really good performance against Adrian Yanez. And Adrian Yanez ain't no slouch, bro. I mean, he had really good fights, and the people that he lost to in the UFC were dogs, He has really good crisp boxing, and he always fights like a dog, dude. He just goes in there and just brawls out. So it was a good win for Marcos to pick up. But I was like, okay, well, if he fought Mario Bautista, maybe this will be a good win for him to get into the top 10. And it's also a good win on Mario Bautista's side because his last performance against Jose Aldo was super bad. Okay, I didn't really think he won that fight. So I was like, okay, well, maybe prove yourself against Daniel Marcos and prove the fans wrong. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a good fight for either one of them. And like I said, it'd be a good fight for Marcos to get into the top 10. So he's undefeated right now. But Bautista is the first guy to take his O away. But like I said, it'd be a good test for Bautista too. So I like that fight. I think it makes sense. And let me know what you guys think. Next fight up, we got Kyle Nelson versus Cub Swanson. Now, Cub Swanson was saying, he's 41 years old. He don't know if this is gonna be his last fight. He told his wife it might be. But, after a win, every time you win, a lot of fighters are like, man, I think I got one more in me. So it's why not make this fight? This would be the perfect fight, for both these guys. On Kyle Nelson's part, if he gets this win, he picked up a good win against a good veteran. Both these guys have been in the UFC for a while, and I don't know, this fight to me would just be entertaining. I think it'd be a good fight, and I don't think it'd go the distance. This would be the perfect fight to put on a opener for a main card later on down the road. But from what I was seeing, for being 41 years old, Cub Swanson still has a lot in the tank, and this would be a good fight and a good test for Kyle Nelson. So let me know what you guys think about this fight. For the next fight in the list, I got Drew Dober versus Michael Johnson. Now, Michael Johnson, he's always been a good fighter. He's always been a good veteran, and he's still in his prime, if you think about it. He's only 38 years old. He's probably on the end of his prime, but I think he still has a few more years in him. But the reason why I came up with Drew Dober versus Michael Johnson is because Michael Johnson called out Justin Gaethje, and I just don't think that's a realistic call out. I'm like, if anything, Give him Drew Dober, a guy who used to be in the rankings, who could still be in the rankings at this point in his career. And if he wins this fight, maybe he can get a ranked opponent and then maybe work his way up to that Justin Gaethje fight if he could. I think this would be an entertaining fight, and I think both these guys have the potential to finish each other. It's like one of those fights, like I said, it'd probably be like a fight of the night on a fight night. It makes sense, It would be cool to see these guys fight, considering that these guys are considered both veterans now, and it'd just be a good fight for these guys' career, a good fight to have on the resume. So, like I said, this fight would be really entertaining. It has the potential to go the distance. I just don't think it would. I could see it, Michael Johnson winning this fight, but I can also see Drew Dober winning the fight. So, all right, second to last fight, I got Colby Covington versus Gilbert Burns or Jeff Neal. If you were to fight either of these guys, it'd make plenty of sense. Gilbert Burns because they're closer in the rankings to each other, and Jeff Neal would be a good fight for him because Jeff Neal just won his last fight. And who wouldn't want to see Colby Covington versus one of these guys? They're all veterans. They've been in the UFC for a while. And for the fans, I think it'd just be entertaining. And if Colby Covington, for him to win again, honestly, I think maybe a fight with Gilbert Burns would be easier than Jeff Neal. And the only reason why I'm saying that, is because Jeff Neal hits so hard. He probably is one of the hardest hitting welterweight guys in the division. So it's like, you got Buckley. Buckley hits hard too. But it's just, I think he has a better chance against Gilbert Burns than he does against Jeff Neal. That's all I'm saying. I think Jeff Neal poses a little bit more of problems, while you have Gilbert Burns, who's mostly known for his grappling, and I think Colby Covington's wrestling can counter that. So, but either one of these guys would be good for him. All right, last fight, I got Jaquan Buckley versus Sean Brady. Now, it might seem random to you guys that I came up with this matchup, but if you really do think about it, Sean Brady beat Gilbert Burns last, and he's already in the top 5. And whenever he beat Colby Covington, Jaquan Buckley, Colby Covington is ranked 6th. So it's like, why not just give him Sean Brady, who's already in the top 5? It'll get him into the top 5. I feel like Shavkat and Bilal is going to get booked. I feel like JDM already has a matchup. And I don't know. The Usman call out was cool. Which that matchup could very well be, booked. It's just, who is Sean Brady gonna fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have a fight booked, and he needs to fight somebody. He's in the top 5, so it's like, why not make this fight? I feel like it'd be an entertaining fight. I don't know. Sean Brady, I feel like his stand-up is underrated. And I just don't think a lot of people see it. But this could be an entertaining fight. Y'all don't know. So, let me know what you guys think about this fight. And let me know what you guys think about all these matchups. I'm going to be making another video here in the next few days. So, I need y'all to tune in for that. And, yeah, just keep a lookout for it. Put on your post notifications. But that's going to be it for this video, you guys. Peace.